What was the feel that you got talking to this group of Indianapolis Colts to get their first chance to take the field today?
Well, the feeling certainly here at Indianapolis is that they're building something special. And after a terrific draft class last year, they traded out of the first round, added some volume of picks, but they feel real good about the character of players that they brought in. Rocky Sin, yes, sir, no, sir, to every question that we asked today. And I think you speak to these guys, and the intelligence is evident. But then there is also the football acumen, which now, they're asking these players already to sort of jump into the playbook and play multiple positions. You're not just this. Parris Campbell, the wide receiver out of Ohio State, who played mostly in the slot. No, they're saying you're going to do some slot work, but you're also going to play outside. We're going to give you some volume, see if you can handle it, and then build off that as we go forward. It's a very interesting group that they're building here. Chris Ballard certainly feels good about it. Now we have to see if it translates on the football field, Patrick.
We know it's a really interesting class that they've assembled. You think about Rocky Sin coming in. He's a guy who was a blue-chip player, a guy who was rock solid in the way that he played the game. And then Parris Campbell is someone that can give them big-time contributions on the outside. Mike alluded to his versatility, how they may want to bounce him around. The big thing that they have been looking for on offense is someone who can complement T.Y. Hilton. Parris Campbell can be that guy. I know you bring over Devin Funchess to be the big-body receiver, but Parris Campbell can be that designated playmaker, the guy that does a variety of things to give them those big-time production, those productive yards over the middle of the field.
Buck, you've been on both sides of this as a player and then as a member of the scouting department. What do you get out of these early days of minicamp? You get to see the guys in the jerseys on the field. What are the players kind of experiencing and going through right now at this moment?
So as a player, what you're trying to do is make a positive first impression. You're trying to kind of figure out where you're going. You're trying to learn a little bit of the playbook, and you're trying to put your talent on display. Obviously, it depends on how you come in to the minicamp. Are you a high draft pick, or you're a guy that's an undrafted free agent trying to fight his way? The main thing you want to do is you want to kind of leave something positive in the minds of evaluators. From an evaluator standpoint, what you're doing is you're trying to make sure that the guys that you bring in look like they belong in the place. If you have undrafted free agents, you want to see if they can compete with the big boys. And the first step is being able to compete amongst their peers. So if they're going to compete in minicamp with the rookies, it gives you hope that they're going to be able to kind of hold their own when they go to the veteran minicamp down the road.
Mike, we saw Parris Campbell make a lot of plays at Ohio State, taking some short passes and turning them into long gains as well as touchdowns. What do you think the relationship is going to be like between Parris Campbell and T.Y. Hilton, and what do the Colts want that relationship to be?
Well, I think they're telling us what they want it to be, Patrick, by putting Parris Campbell's locker right next to T.Y. Hilton. And as Campbell told us today, I'm going to be attached to his hip and probably going to be annoying at times, but Hilton wants that sort of compliment. He talked about it a couple days ago, just about how excited he is to see Campbell get in here. He says he knows he can fly a 4.31 in the 40. Hilton was a 4.34, so maybe there's a race between those two guys at some point. But the ability to make plays after catch, too, we saw it a ton with Campbell at Ohio State, just on those simple crossing routes where he catches the ball, he has that one step on a defender, and you think you have the angle, and you don't because he finds that next gear. They are looking for that guy. You're going to have to respect Parris Campbell, and then he's going to eventually, you would hope, add to his route tree because he didn't really have to do a ton of that at Ohio State. They didn't use him in that way. He'll be used that way here with Frank Reich and Andrew Luck.
You know, the mentor relationship that Mike is alluding to, it's very, very important. It's important that T.Y. can begin to develop that relationship with Parris Campbell. He is going to need Parris Campbell. And so the most important things that you can have between teammates, communication and trust. The communication between Hilton and Campbell will be important because they will need to be able to talk on the field, and then trust. T.Y. Hilton has to be able to trust that Parris Campbell knows exactly what he's doing, that he's going to do it, and he's going to make life easier for him. In a player-driven team, you have to make sure that the young guys are up to speed. It is important for T.Y. Hilton to know that Parris Campbell is doing everything in his power to be ready to play when his number is called.